A big thank you to Brad Van Meter and his State Farm team down in Des Moines. Brad offering people great rates on car insurance, boaters insurance, life insurance, and basically anything you can think of in the insurance industry. Give Brad and his team a call at 515-256-6480, 515-256-6480 for the best rates and the best coverage out there by a great team of Hawkeyes. Again, Brad Van Meter and his State Farm team. You can visit him online at bradvanmeter.com or visit him in person at 4229 Fleur Drive in Des Moines. Also sponsoring our show this evening, Iowa Smokehouse. This deal won't last forever, folks. Get your orders in. Get ready for game day. Plenty more where that came from tonight with the Iowa women's basketball team and, of course, the Iowa men as well. So much football still on the way. Get your orders in at iowasmokehouse.com. They're thick and tender cuts of beef jerky, their bacon meat sticks, their salsas, their ketchups, their barbecue sauces. It's all delicious. Pair it with your favorite bourbon, beer, or mixed drink. Visit iowasmokehouse.com and use the code Hawkeyes for 15% off your order. Again, that's the code Hawkeyes at iowasmokehouse.com. You spend $50, you will get free shipping. Thank you to Iowa Smokehouse. Visit iowasmokehouse.com. Well, welcome to everyone. Kachine's got crutches in the background. Hey, was this game that rough on you, Cash?
Stressful, okay? I haven't yelled at my TV this much in a very long time.
Oh,
but you know what?
I'm right there with you. I am right there with you, fam. That's
it was a fantastic win.
Wow. Wow. Yeah,
Speechless.
so much to get to. You and I were chatting a little bit at a couple of different points in the game. Just, I mean, from injuries to turnovers to sloppy play to clutch shots, to, kind of odd decision makings with lineups and coaching, and then the early, your veteran defensive player Kylie Feuerbach fouling out with like 7 minutes to go in the game. There was so much happening in this thing. Iowa defeating the number 7 team in the country, the Baylor Bears, 57 to 52. Kachine, what are your initial reactions here just a few minutes removed from the clocks hitting 0?
I think, like I said, I really do feel like this is a great win for many reasons. This team was tested throughout the entire game, the whole game. You have Hannah down. We don't know if she's going to come back. And then Journey came in and, provided some good minutes for her in that release statement. Then you have Chit Chat out. We know she's not coming back. And we got our answer tonight about who's going to be the backup point guard. Taylor Stremlow. We got our answer. I thought she was huge. I thought she was poised. I thought she was able to lead our team down the stretch, which is not an easy thing to do. And I think that she proved tonight in regards to our backup point guard that is probably what it's going to be. Now, Baylor is not known to be a turn you over kind of defense. Let's say that. But I do like that we at least have somebody. And I didn't know who that somebody was going to be. At least I now know that we have somebody. I prayers out to Chit Chat. I have no idea what's going on with her. It did not look good. It was like back-to-back plays for her. So I hope, again, that she's okay. To me, I feel like it's giving concussion. But I guess we'll wait to hear from there.
I don't want to speculate on injury. I will say this. The first thing I thought when I saw what happened was shoulder. And, she's getting carried off the court. So, yeah, absolutely. We wish the absolute best for Chit Chat, right? And hopefully we'll get her post game. But man, talk about just a grinded out type of win. And to our caller that just called in, our phone line is open. We're going to put you on a brief hold. We'll be right back with you. If you want to call the show, we got a few lines open right now. You can call in via StreamYard. You can also call in by phone if you need to. We've got one phone line open. The other one is taken. So we got 2 on the phone. And then basically 10 open spots on StreamYard at all times here during this broadcast. So if you want to call in, again, use the StreamYard link in the description or try to get into the 515 number. It's 515-635-1601. 515-635-1601 as we talk about Iowa's top 10 victory over the Baylor Bears. Let's start with player of the game.
Only one option.
Hey,
it's only one option.
Okay, hold on a second. You're just jumping on it. One option. Okay.
One option, Corey.
All right. Well, I hope I made the right decision here.
Don't stress me out.
Well, I just want to say Ava Hayden was on the verge of a double-double tonight.
I don't care.
All right. Taylor Stremlow, 12 points.
Absolutely.
She's our RTI Threads player of the game. 12 points, 2 of 3 from 3, 4 of 6 from the field overall. Had 4 assists, 0 turns. I think that's a huge number. 0 turns in a game
huge
that was ugly at times. You lose your starting point guard. You need stability. You need efficiency. You need clean play. You need a quarterback in there. And that's what Taylor Stremlow was. And we've made the comment here over the last couple of weeks, Kachine, that it felt like her shot has really improved. Now, you tell me what you see. Now we see it in a big game, in big moments. I know she only shot 3, but man, doesn't that shot look a lot better?
It looks way better than it looked last year. So she definitely put in some work over the summer. That's a given. I think the confidence needed to come behind it a little bit, which I think we saw that today. Because she pulled a couple of threes where I was like, she would never have done that last year. But she was fantastic. And I mean that. And she played the whole fourth quarter. I have nothing but praise to be the point guard and having majority of the responsibility and also still being active on defense. Shout out to strength and conditioning.
Yes. Shout out to strength and conditioning. And I'll tell you another, I don't know if this is strength and conditioning or if it's just toughness or maybe
Probably both.
when we saw Hannah Stuelke go down, you texted me right away. You're like, that did not look.
I ain't like that.
I was shocked to see her back in the game in the fourth quarter. What was your now that she's back and I guess she's okay? You tell me what you first thought when you saw her come up gimpy in that first half.
Anytime a player goes up and lands on one foot coming down, that puts them in a world of potential hurt and problems. And the fact that she was kind of on top of the other player, on top of that, I just was nervous for all kinds of things. There's so many different avenues she could go in that aspect. And plus, it was immediate. As soon as she touched the ground, she immediately lifted up her foot. And I was like, oh, Jesus, Lord, please no. Right? Like in one of those scenarios. I think that was the will of Hannah, of being like, nah, I'm going to tough this out. Like, let me go make sure I'm straight. As long as I'm straight, let's go. And I think that was the toughness of her being like, no, I can't let my team down. Maybe the senior of it all too. Because when you're a senior, you have a lot more, not even just you being one of our best players, but also the fact that you're a leader and you don't want your presence to be, I guess your non-presence to be felt, right? But yeah, I was shocked to see her come back in the game, but I was very happy. Of course, but I was shocked. I didn't think she was coming back.
We have so much to get to, and between YouTube and Twitter, we've got well over 1,000 people watching right now, which is amazing. And it's 11:30 on the East Coast, Orlando and Charlotte, North Carolina time. It's 10:32 here in Iowa. So we're going to try to get to all your comments, your calls. Lemansky, thank you so much for being a premium member as always. And certainly we appreciate you with the super chat here. We're going to put our call on hold. Super chat from Lemansky says, give Jan flowers going to the zone.
Gotcha.
You know what's funny about this? You know where I'm going to go with this.
Of course, because that's a gamble, Corey.
Point on the game, I sent you a message. I said, what on earth are we in a zone for? Because they couldn't rebound out of the zone.
I was terrified at first because I was like, oh, Jesus, this could go one of two ways.
They weren't
One, it's going to be great because they can't shoot except for Scott, right?
Yeah.
Two, if we do not rebound, it's over. I was terrified, but the gamble paid off, so I'll take it. Sometimes that's what it takes, a little guts as the coach.
So you tell me, because you've coached, right? And you were a point guard, so you can see this from a couple different perspectives. Iowa seemed to be playing pretty good defense to that point. Like their team was scoring. This is an ugly affair in the first half offensively. So what was it, do you think, that prompted the switch to a matchup zone by Jan Jensen?
Scott. They were trying to limit her. And a lot of the times in zones, you don't have that many zone plays sets for your best player. You have motion offenses for zone. And I'm banking that Iowa's coaching staff was hoping that she would get lost in the shuffle. And then other people would have to shoot the basketball, which is what we saw. Other people having to shoot the basketball. And then she would end up rusting her shot, which we also saw. Because when you're in man, they have line them up, play, set play after set play after set play for her to get her shots. So I felt like I said, it was a gamble. Don't get me wrong, but it definitely paid off.
Iowa defeating Baylor 57-50, and I got a box elder bug trying to get a cameo here. Are they all over your house too? Are they down in North Carolina?
What?
They're box elder bugs. You know what those are?
I don't remember what they look like, but I remember the name.
If you're an Iowan, you know exactly. I've had this
That's
box.
what I'm saying. I remember the name. I just don't remember what they look like. I love that for me.
If one gets a cameo, it's because there's one in my office, and I just can't seem to get it out. But anyways, that goes without saying. We'll go back to our phone line to start things off here. Thank you for calling Iowa Postgame with Kachine Alexander. Who's on the line?
Hello, BB?
Hello, you're on the air.
A little sooner than I thought I would, because it sounds like there was a little bit of a backup. My name is Bill.
Hey, Bill.
I called in a few times last year. This is my first time calling in this year.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Very, very impressed overall. I was It was an interesting game to watch. Tough struggle. I'm amazed that Hannah hasn't figured out how to ball fake yet.
Hey, real quick, stop right there, Bill. I promise I'll give you the floor back. But I saw the comment. I saw the tweet from Kachine during the game. Kachine, you said somebody tell these girls to shot fake. But I want to say this because I've been saying this for years. You have told me in the past that it's not really taught much in the women's game, correct?
Agreed. When someone has 8 blocks in a quarter, common sense should take over at that point of playing basketball. As a post player, let me just stop. You don't even have to pump fake. Hell, you just do a drop step, and stop. You don't even have to pump fake. Like, common sense of playing basketball should at least get you that far. It's not something that is taught, like you drill it and that kind of stuff, but my God, you should just get tired of getting blocked.
Well, it felt like half of those blocks were Emily Rodriguez in the first half.
Nah, that was Hannah.
Okay, Hannah and Emily Rodriguez. It's like those two were going together. But yeah, Bill, I mean, you're right. Man, I've been screaming it for a while. And Kachine, you said that this is not a Baylor team that turns you over a lot usually, but they are a top 50 scoring defense out of 300 some Division I teams heading into tonight. So, and so is Iowa, by the way. I mean, so is Iowa. Now Iowa's not played the schedule, but yeah, to your point, Bill, you got to be able to try to figure out a way if they're selling out on these shot blocks. Figure out a way to get to the line a little bit more, and usually that starts with a shot fake.
Yep, and I do believe in the potential of Hannah, and I just want her to break out, and it obviously hasn't happened yet. Sorry, I'm outside for the background noise there and loud cars driving by. And then I'm a non-Iowa native who became an Iowa fan from Caitlin and have continued to follow, as I think there's millions of people like me. And I continue to support the program and have now kind of devoted to them. And I will say that, boy, I would love to see Caitlin play with Ava. I think they would. I mean, it was kind of like with Sonano, but I think they would have been something.
Not the same. That would be fantastic to see them together.
I will say this. Because Ava runs a lot better than Monica ever did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, she's got a long ways to go to become as polished as Monica was with what she did with her art. Ava still, we've talked about some of her issues, but I will say down the stretch, we gave Player of the Game award to Taylor Stremlow, but Kachine, Ava did step up with some big shots down the stretch when they needed her offense desperately.
Absolutely. Ava is going to be a force to be reckoned with this year. 1,000%. I'm so excited to continue to see her against all these big time post player names that's coming up on the schedule. But she's going to be able to hold her own. I'm not worried about her this year at all. Except for the foul.
I will also say that I'm incredibly impressed by Stremlow, especially with Chit-Chat going down. But, I was impressed by Stremlow last year, but it seemed like she was afraid to shoot. And it's not even just this game. Previous games, she's actually shown the desire and the not desire, but the willingness to shoot. And she's actually made them on top of it all. But I think that's something that the young players go through, and I think that's something that Addy's going through right now. It's like Caitlin walked in and she was like, I deserve to shoot. A lot of these freshmen come in and they almost defer more than they should. And I think Stremlow's taking a really big step right now.
Absolutely. Yeah. Her confidence from outside, her willingness to take the ball and kind of run the show. I mean, we hadn't seen that because Chit-Chat Wright has been, first of all, they haven't been, let's be honest, they haven't been in pressure situations until tonight. They won every game by 30 to 40 points. I mean, this is totally different dynamic, what we saw this evening.
They would not have won without Taylor. No shot.
Well, I don't know who's running the point. I don't even know who you would have given the ball to run the point. Kachine, who would have been running the point? Addy?
Taylor Sherman.
No, I'm saying if Taylor wasn't in the game, what like if she wasn't available.
That's why she didn't come out.
Well, yeah, you better stay healthy, man. We don't know what the status on Chit Chat is, but Taylor has emerged tonight. I don't want to live too much in the moment, but she just emerged tonight as the most important player as far as health, behind the top 3-star players on this team, which I think are Hayden, Stuelke, and Chit Chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think this team, I think to a certain extent, one of the hardest things for a team to decide is who's going to take the shot. And we have a lot of defers on this team. That was one thing nice about Caitlin. You always knew if you need someone to take a shot, you knew who it was. And
very true.
And it's kind of like they're figuring that out. But
yep.
But to me, people need the alphas and need and want to take the shot. And so it's nice to see Taylor stepping up and at least wanting to do that.
I don't think that we have the team this year where you're going to ever have that. This is going to be a team where everybody is going to pass the ball. We are not going to take quick shots unless it's like a transition Taylor McCabe 3. I think this is a team where they're going to try to get the best available shot. It's just not going to be where everybody knows who's going to take the shot every time. That's just not happening. I think the only thing you can count on potentially is usually when you need a bucket, people are wanting the ball to go inside, but that can be easily guarded at times. But in regards to the guard play, that's just going to be get the ball around the rim, see who can make something happen, see if somebody has something, kick it out. You're going to get that kind of action.
I also thought it was weird that a lot of the possessions, they had Hannah inside and sorry, my brain, I'm forgetting, on the outside.
Ava.
When she should have, when I would think it would be reversed because they're trying to move Hannah more out. And obviously, again, my brain is bailing on me on
Hannah, or excuse me.
That I would have said that it didn't seem like they were trying to get her the ball in the post as much as they should have.
Kachine, you want to explain what was happening offensively there with high-low, and were you seeing Ava kind of out by the 3-point arc a little bit more? How do you run that high-low?
Yeah, they're playing more of an X aspect because we're not gonna take today for what it was, but usually Hannah is still pretty
Ava
decent.
actually made a shot from the elbow, so I appreciated that.
But we did, so did Ava. But I think that they're still running that X action with that high-low action where, once you pass to rotate the ball to the side, you dive to the block, the other post comes up to the high post kind of thing. I know that you can see that they're running that. If we can knock down that free throw jumper, I think it'll be great because you can get a nice little high-low going on there, but they got to do that consistently. Overall, I think you're going to see that. Hannah is not just a stand outside 3-point shooter. That's just not happening. Hannah works better slashing to the basket. So that's what they're trying to get her on, like a give and go, a post up, like that kind of thing, if they can get something easy and quick that way.
Bill, we appreciate.
That's why I thought she would have been more on the elbow more than Ava being on the elbow.
But she can't stand there because then she'll just be guarded. So that's the thing. You want motion, if that makes sense. So she'll come back to the elbow once the ball gets reversed, but she's got to be able to go down and come back up, go back down and come back up, and so is Ava.
Yeah.
Bill, we appreciate you calling in, sir.
Thank you for giving me such an extended period of time here.
Absolutely.
So thank you very much. I'm a big supporter, obviously, and it was a great win.
Absolutely. We'll talk to you next time.
All right. Thank
you, sir. Good stuff already. Lots of comments in the chat. I just want to say this. So first of all, super chat. Big Doug. How about the Iowa fans showing up? I watched the Miami game. Iowa had more fans watching than the two teams actually playing. Go Hawks. And that's funny because obviously the game is in Orlando. The event is in Orlando. So, but Iowa fans have proven this, haven't they, Kachine?
All the time.
Especially neutral site. I was thinking actually, I'm surprised there weren't a few Hawkeye fans packed in behind the baskets. That was my thought. And that's not because I'm being negative Nancy. I just believe in Iowa fans at this point. with
Agreed.
Iowa women's basketball. So absolutely, and appreciate the super chat, Big Doug. And Lomansky adds the super chat. All aboard the Strem Show. The Strem Show. How about that? I love that. I know that people have said that before. I see REM Properties. We appreciate you being a premium member as well. Again, thank you, Lomansky. And Bo. I don't know why sometimes the names show up as the @ username and sometimes they show up not. I don't have an explanation for that. But Bo says, huge game for Stremlo, clear player of the game. Talk about balling out. 100%. Thank you, Bo. Appreciate the super chat. And T-Gord, 2923. Appreciate you being a new member here on the channel.
Yeah.
And please consider joining our Discord. You know, we have a new Discord member. I'll let you figure out who that might be. But T-Gord, appreciate you being a member here on YouTube. Same thing for William Freeman. William,
Yes.
for hopping on as a premium member here on YouTube. Same thing to you. Please consider also supporting the Discord. And how about William also gifting a membership out there? So I don't begin to know how this works, but maybe that was T-Gord that got the membership.
MVP, William.
I don't know how that works. So whoever got the free membership from William, thank you for doing that, William. We do appreciate that. Steel SM, another super chat. Ava, another MVP. Stremlo, huge. Hannah, 0 post moves in 4 years. Ooh, that's rough. Erod, a rough game, but only player who can create off the dribble. That's what I wanted to hit on. All right. So I kind of starred this comment from Deborah Worley earlier today. And to our caller that just called in, we're going to put you on hold. So stay tight. If you hang up again, you're going to get out of the queue. But and maybe it's because they won and, whatever, Kachine. But I made mention early in the game. I'm like, I even said it on Twitter. What is Emily Rodriguez doing? And then the game kept going and she kind of continued. She's out of control. She's doing all these things. Maybe this is the sick, twisted mind of a guy who's up past his bedtime and just watched 4 hours of basketball. But I kind of like her.
I agree. She gets on my last nerves, though.
Man, she does get on your last nerves, but there's something about someone like her who just keeps going. Like she doesn't, it doesn't mess with her head, right?
At all.
She just, she goes, stuff, she gets stuff, she turns the ball over, and
she's
then
a street baller at the end of the day. Like she don't care. Like, yeah. Okay, next play.
And I'm telling you, the comment was made earlier. And again, Steele, we appreciate your super chat. But the comment was made earlier about Iowa not having people who can create off the dribble. She can create off the dribble.
Yes.
And
she's made not great decisions.
Not always, but I'm just saying they're going to need someone like that, especially with Chit Chat if she's hurt. They're going to need somebody who can create offense off the dribble. Because that's not Taylor Stremlo. That's not Taylor McCabe. That's not Ava. That's not Hannah. That's not Kylie. So their options are limited there.
Yes. The issue with Emily today is that she came into the game trying to make something happen. You can't do that. It's just not going to work. You got to come in the game to get a feel for the game first.
Yeah.
And that's just her being young too. Secondly, I think after that, when she came back out, I'm sure the coaching staff talked to her, let the game come to you, et cetera, et cetera. Then she became passive. And she was not taking the shots she should take. Does that make sense? I don't know how many mid-range jumpers she had, but then she stopped and tried to, girl, just take the easy shot. But she was overthinking everything at that point now.
But she got right back to being aggressive.
It doesn't matter. So it was okay, well, now maybe the third time she'll figure it out. And we'll get something out of it. Again, she had a great, pickup, and then she had a little layup or whatever. Needed that. Great. I just think that she's going to be one of those players that's going to give you a headache. But you need her. You just know she's going to give you a headache. Jesus Lord, help me. You know what I'm saying? But she's going to do some things that nobody else on the team is able to do. So Hawkeyes, hold on to your britches, as my mom likes to say, because it's going to be a long year with her.
Well, they are going to need her. They are going to need her.
They are.
And it may be this Saturday if Chit Chat Right's not available. To our callers who are on StreamYard, I know people get a little impatient. They're like, am I in the queue? If you're on StreamYard and you're able to hear us, you're in the queue. So don't leave because you lose your place in line. Okay, just throw that out there to anybody who hops onto StreamYard. That is the easiest and most efficient way to join the show. So we'll go back to our phone line. Thank you for calling Iowa Postgame with Kachine Alexander. Who's on the line?
Hey, Corey, it's Christie. How are you doing?
Good, Christy. How are you?
Good. Well, first off, I just want to say prayers for Chit Chat.
Absolutely.
Let's, hope it's something that's not major and, maybe less than a week recovery time.
Well, that'd be great.
And then I'm so glad tonight. We're so happy to see your beautiful face again. We missed you last time.
Thank you.
Like I said last time, in that first quarter, they're sloppy. The passes are sloppy. Passes into the post aren't crisp. They're not fast, and if you pass it slow, you're going to get it picked all the time. So I don't know, Kasia, you see it the same way or?
We are not confident making post pass. I can tell you that. The only person that is confident making a post pass got carried off the court today. So that is something that I really hope the coaching staff is going to make a huge emphasis on, because your best player is in the post. So we need to be able to get her the ball. Even Hannah, we got to be able to get them the ball. So they got to figure that out. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. Especially with all that pressure.
The other thing I saw too is when Emily Rodriguez, when she went storming down the court, she did spin move and then nothing. There's a quote from Lynn Dunn, and I think of it every time I watch her run like that. Is you're going to make $1 million play for a nickel payout. Like that's what it's like watching her play. It's like we're going to see a bunch of $1 million plays and a bunch of nickel payouts.
Hold on a second, though. I'm going to defend her for a second, Christy, because there ain't nobody else on this team that can make those two spin moves. And I know she didn't finish there. But like I said to Cash here a minute ago, there are going to be games where her ability to run that fast break or her ability just to beat somebody off the dribble is unique to the team if they don't have Chit Chat. I mean, and she also has size that Chit Chat doesn't have. So I get it. She didn't play
I'm not trying to hate on her. I love watching her play. Like I said, it's $1 million play. It's fun to watch her play. You just don't always know if it's going to work out at the end.
I know.
Not under a minute, though. I don't care who you are.
No, you're right.
Under a minute, you pull that damn basketball back out. Okay.
Her coaches were yelling at her, and she was like, "Nope, spin."
I'm gonna pray for them. I really am, because, woo. But yeah, like I need. Come on, girl. I get it. I understand, but no.
There's fearless, like Caitlin Clark, fearless, like willing to take shots, and then there's fearless, like Emily Rodriguez, like just I'm gonna put my head down, bowl in a china shop, and just go. And there's something refreshing about it.
I will say this: if that had worked out and she had scored, we would be calling it the play of the game. So,
I don't know about that.
Even though
I'd be stressed out regardless if she made it or not, because I was yelling at the screen.
She made a big fast break bucket right before
she did. I was okay with that. I knew she was gonna take that, and she should have.
Yeah.
But not that other one.
Anyway, those were my little thoughts of the game. I think you got a bunch of people tonight, so I just wanted to chime in with my couple thoughts. And I'm glad you're back, Cash. Now that Corey isn't wonderful, but you add so much.
I agree. She
made Thank you.
The show roll.
Thank you for calling.
All right. Have a good night.
Thanks, Christy. All right. The phone line is open, 515-635-1601, or you can call via StreamYard. We've got one person on hold here. Tragus44 says McCabe played some solid D and had 8 rebounds. We've talked about McCabe just working more and more on defense, and we say this every week, Kachine. She's never going to be the most laterally quick player on the court, but she's a much smarter player than she was 3 years ago. That obviously is a part of this. And then she does have a knack. I think she's got it. You tell me if I'm wrong, because you're one of the best rebounders ever play at Iowa, especially at your position. But it appears like she does have that knack for at least predicting where the ball's going to go off the rim, because she ain't a physical player. She doesn't have great size. She plays the guard spot. Am I wrong? Because she's gotten a bit of a knack for having some pretty good stats on the boards.
You're talking about Taylor
Taylor?
McCabe?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, like I said, she's grown tremendously in many aspects. I do think a weird knack, I would say that, because it's like untouched. Like for whatever reason, she's always in a spot where like nobody's around, which is very interesting in that aspect. But yeah, I will say I did not like her game today, though. I didn't. Unfortunately.
What did
I said it? Okay, let me make sure I rephrase that. If Taylor McCabe hit 2 extra threes today, we wouldn't be having any kind of conversation. She struggled today, and I do think that she forced a lot of shots that I don't think she would normally, because she was trying to, taste the net in that sense. And then there was some ones that were wide open, in my opinion, for Taylor that she just couldn't knock down today. Right. Unfortunately, as it may be, her being off did not help us, along with the long list of other things that was stacked against us today.
But isn't that what you're going to get with a shooter? I mean, there's going to just be nights where you get shots, you miss them. Right.
I would hope it's not today, but you're right. At the end of the day, you are going to get those days where she's 4 for 6, and then there's other days where she's 1 for 6. I just was like, oh Lord, please not today. But we made it through. So
this user is saying Iowa jumps to the top 10 next week. That's a pretty big jump. That's a pretty big jump. And I will say this: they got Miami Saturday, and it ain't gonna be no easy game.
Okay. Now they beat both of them.
Oh yeah. Then we may have
12.
Yeah, we may have a different discussion, at least close. All right. Before we get to our next caller, who's been waiting on hold, our Big Grove's big play of the day
better be only one option.
You said that before. One of these times,
only one option.
You're gonna get it wrong. One of these times, you're gonna get it wrong.
Yes.
All right.
There's only one option.
Taylor McCabe's steal off the inbounds pass immediately following an Emily Rodriguez fast break
Insane.
layup. McCabe makes the layup, and I tell you, that was you're right. It was huge because that put the lead at what? 5. Put the lead at 5. Minute 30.
Yeah, that was it. That was the game.
That did feel like the game at that point, and just I know it was a simple play, but break down what happened. I'm guessing you did that a few times during your career. How do you kind of bait the inbounds passer to kick that ball in without thinking you're going to jump it?
The crazy part about it is that is not something Iowa normally does, and or Taylor McCabe, which is what made it even more miraculous, right? Like it was one of those things where like, what? Again, the inbounder, I'm sure they've watched film. Have you ever seen that?
True. Yeah.
From Taylor McCabe or anybody outside of maybe Kylie, and even that's a stretch. That was I don't know what she was thinking, but that was I had to figure out what the hell happened. I didn't know what happened. I was like, what is going on?
Full disclosure, when that play happened, I wasn't watching the TV because I was celebrating the layup.
It's insane.
Because it was a huge layup, put him up by 3, and I look back, and all of a sudden McCabe is making a layup. And I was all right, fine, great. Big Grove's big play of the day. Thankfully, ESPN replayed the shot, the steal in the shot. Taylor McCabe with 1:38 to go, putting Iowa up by 5, and the Hawkeyes never looking back. Let's go to our next caller. Thank you for calling Iowa Postgame with Kachine Alexander. Who's on the line?
Hey, am I on?
You're on the air.
Awesome. This is Brian from Minneapolis.
Hey, Brian.
I've called before. 2 comments. I thought both Hannah and Ava stretched the floor in a way that we hadn't seen before. And I think that bodes well for the future. They both were trying to get out Hannah at like 10 feet, but Ava a little further at the nail. But I thought that was exciting. My second point is I thought when Iowa was scuffling at the end of the first half that who would get them a bucket, who'd get them an easy bucket. And I thought Taylor Stuelke. And I didn't know that I would think that. And then I have one other comment after that, but I'll stop here.
Yeah, I'll comment on both of those. Well, first of all, Stremlo's shot. I mean, we keep saying this. She needs a little space, but when she gets it, she's, like you said, Kachine, it's obviously upstairs, but also it feels like she's got just And maybe that's just all confidence, or maybe the stroke was fine. Maybe there really wasn't anything mechanical, but when you're confident, the shot looks more pure because it's more natural and it's quicker. There's no hesitation in the shot, right? I mean, she's not somebody who's naturally going to be able to get her shot off a bigger defender. She's a little undersized, but I mean, is it all confidence, or is there something mechanical there as well? We've seen a change with Taylor.
No, I think she got a lot of reps over the summer and on purpose to make it a little bit more fluid in her shot because it looks different. I can't tell you unless I actually go back and watch the film exactly what she changed, but her shot looks a little bit different in a very good way. But I think the repetition, seeing the ball go through the net all summer, things like that, builds confidence, but now it's seeing the ball go through the net in a game. Those are two different types of confidence. So I think for her, especially this game, this was huge for her. On this stage at that was huge for her. So, yeah.
And what was your first comment, caller?
Hannah and
yeah,
Hannah and Ava were stretching the floor.
Yeah, well, Hannah had the air ball 3, and Ava had the last second 3 attempt. I don't think I've ever seen Ava try to jack a 3 before, but it was good awareness, shoot at the end of the shot clock. But you're right, Ava had a 3 that kind of bounced around the rim and off the glass and in, and then Hannah made a big jumper that I didn't love the shot when she took it, but it goes in, and so you're like, yeah, that's great because you needed her to keep that defense honest, and we keep talking about the importance of that. I mean, I don't think we're going to see much of Ava shooting out there on a regular basis, but if she proves that she can hit,
out like 3,
even at the elbow. I don't think. No.
She's going to have to shoot the ball at the elbow. Did you see what they were doing today?
She ain't shooting from 3 either, but
no. She got to be able to make that shot at the elbow.
No, it don't look great. I'll just say that it
looks like a post player. It's not horrible. Don't get me wrong. Like I've seen way worse.
Well, this also was not Layla Hayes' game today. She came in.
No.
I mean,
where would she play? Ava wasn't in foul trouble.
Well, she did come in for a little while and promptly got blocked and hit the floor hard.
She did hit the floor hard,
and it looked like that was her welcome to the big leagues moment. And then she promptly got pulled. It was similar to Addy Deal when she goes out and fouls Scott from 3 and promptly gets pulled. Mm-hmm. These young players, they were kind of having to learn tonight, with the exception being Journey. I thought Journey gave them good minutes when she was in the game, especially they needed her because Hannah was out. I mean, we didn't know what her status was. So, no, I agree with you, caller. Their ability to stretch the floor, especially with Hannah, we keep talking about that. Mm-hmm. There's just going to be games where I don't think they win. I don't think they win unless the defense is forced to play her from outside the paint. And
right.
If she can hit a shot a day, I've said this before, a shot a day from mid-range or especially 3, it keeps that defense honest and keeps the scouting report true.
I even like the turnaround post move jumper.
Yeah, that was a nice move. We haven't seen a lot of that.
If she can have that and be able to hit the elbow jumper, I'm straight.
So this comment from somebody in the chat, Steele says, 4 years later, Hannah has 0 post moves. That's not true. I mean, give the girl credit where credit is due. She has added a couple of moves to her repertoire.
Mm-hmm.
Correct? I mean,
yeah. What you mean is 4 years later and Hannah still has trouble finishing. That's what you mean.
She does.
That's what that comment should say.
And what I think what's happening, and you tell me because you played the game at a high level, but what it appears to me with Hannah, because I've seen evidence of her having other shots in her arsenal now, like that little turnaround you brought up. Mm-hmm. But she has that tendency, her go-to, to go back to the same move that is on tape and that is more easily defended, that doesn't feature a shot fake. And so now it's getting blocked more than ever before because teams just know she's going to go to that move. She's got to figure out how to get her brain off of that just being the default. She got to feel more. She's got the other shots, but in real game time, real game action, she's got to feel more comfortable going to those other moves. If that makes sense. Those are my 2 cents.
I think for Hannah's sense, even if you do, let's say you're right hand dominant or left hand, that doesn't really matter. Finishing is finishing. I don't care if they would have to literally block off completely, so you can't even turn that way. I was very right hand dominant. I mean, I went to the left when you forced me that way. But if I had a choice, I ain't going there for what?
Yeah.
So if you are going right and that's her preference, she still needs to not close off her. Like everything is open. Like you're just allowing the defense to hit the ball. They have to come through you. She has to go off too and exceed that way, but everything is open for her. And it's like you're just inviting people to swat your stuff anytime you're open. And on top of that, when people are doing that, even if you don't pump fake, I was not a pump faker. I was 5'8". Okay. So I'm not a pump faker, but I am going to go right into your chest. So if I'm going into your chest, you have no choice but for your arms to go like this. So I'm going right into your chest and then I'll bounce out and then I'll finish that way. She just has to have different ways of finishing. And I think right now she only has one. And that is what is getting her stuck. She needs multiple ways of finishing. Whether it's still going to the right or not, you still need to be able to finish in the air multiple ways. That's my take.
What was your last comment, caller?
Oh, hey, I actually wanted to make an offer from the Hawkeye of the Storm.
Okay. You got. Hey, listen. If it's $1,000, I accept.
Well, here you go. It's a little different than that, but my brother lives in Brooklyn, and my entire family is going to watch Iowa defeat UConn at the Barclays Center on December 20th. And if for some reason you want a, boots on the ground type response, or if you want to hear me gloat about the whole Iowa UConn and Sarah Strong and Sarah Williams and Daisy Fudd and all that, we're your correspondent. And my mother is such a Iowa women's basketball fan that you would want her as a correspondent. She would be sweet and funny and whatnot. But that's on the table if you want to discuss it.
Yeah, absolutely. Shoot me an email. info@fromthehawkeyeofthestorm.com. Always. Yeah. Shoot me an email.
We're getting like face tattoos and all kinds of crazy stuff. So we're all in.
Bring it.
Awesome.
Appreciate you calling in, sir. And yeah, we'll talk soon, and we'll look forward to hearing from you out east.
Get to bed. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Thanks, sir. All right. We're going to put our last caller through here in just a second. Let's see here. Get to bed. We're not done yet. What is this comment? Where's the stream, Iowa women's basketball? Where is the stream?
I don't know.
I don't know. So sometimes, here's the deal. I do think sometimes people, they come onto the show and they think we're going to be live streaming the game.
Oh.
If they didn't.
It says post game.
Yeah, I know. But
okay.
There's no game here. Cody, thank you for being here, Cody. A premium member, of course. Same thing with Kyle. Thank you for being here. Cool Water Swish says, Cash, what up?
What up?
Thank you for being here. All right. Super chat from D. Rollifson. Is Cash on the IR? Got the crutches behind her.
So my crutches, everyone, is because I tore my Achilles 9 weeks ago, maybe 10 weeks ago.
Has it only
and
been
I had surgery almost 9 weeks ago. Oh, no, 9 weeks ago. Sorry. I had surgery 9 weeks ago, tore it 10 weeks ago. Sorry.
That stinks when you're recovering from Achilles and you're down like with a cold or flu, whatever you had.
It was a fun week.
A wicked combination right there. All right. Bo, appreciate the super chat, Bo. Watching while chatting with my Discord friends led by Skim Mulkey, who is making hay on E-Rod spin, flip into the bottom of the rim video. Bo, you can't sit here and admit that you're in Skim Mulkey's Discord and you're not in our Discord. So I don't give you until you join our Discord. So, folks, if you're new, our newest member in Discord is on my right here on the show. So hop on over into the Discord. We've got Iowa athletics conversation every day. Discord for just $5 a month. You throw in $50, it'll be good for an entire year. Make the donation via PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App. Links in the description. Just label your donation Discord, and you'll get a unique link sent to join our Discord server. Again, $5 a month, $50 a year, and get conversation with myself, Kachine, Kyle Spence, so much more. And Tragus44, grit. Yeah, that's
100%.
I think that's a good descriptive word for tonight. Appreciate the super chat. Again, D. Olsen, thank you for yours as well. Cyhawk C Money. Grim Lomansky. Okay. I think maybe Corey's Cyhawk C Money's had a shot or two or something. I don't know. But thank you for the super chat none the least. Mark Engel. Go Hawks. Go Kachine Alexander. I'm assuming that's KA, right? That's what that stands for. Thank you for that, Mark. William, thank you for the super chat. I think it was a great game for Addy and Layla to get a handful of minutes, spend some time on the bench to see how a higher level game plays out. Thoughts on that comment, Kachine? Because neither one of those players played a whole lot tonight.
As a coach or a fan? Because might be two
for them. I'm just talking about for their advancement.
No, we don't. I say this nicely. Coach J is trying to win basketball games. That they can figure that out on another occasion if that's the case. So no, this was not the game for them to figure that out. Especially when you were in it like that. Like they had a legit chance to win, and well, they did win. But so
you're saying they should have played better, is what you're saying.
They sat on the bench because they didn't play better.
What were your thoughts on Addy tonight?
It's the same as it's been this season thus far. I don't really have any extra comments.
Hold on a second. This is a 5-star freshman. Tons of hype around her. This was her first game against a high major opponent. What did you think of her?
I think she struggled just like she's been struggling. Yeah, she's struggling. I'm not sure how long I'm gonna keep the faith.
What does that mean?
What I mean by that is that her being able to contribute major production this year. I don't know how long I'm going to be on that.
So can I ask you this question about Addy Deal? Are you someone who holds the belief that it's possible that what we're seeing now is not really changeable this year?
I'm not there yet. That's why I said I'm not there yet. I'm not at the point where I'm like, yeah, no, this ain't gonna be her year.
But you're getting there. Isn't that what you just
said? Like I've just reached that point where I'm like, oof, all right.
Because
what I'm not like.
What did you see from her tonight? I don't want to just hear you.
What I don't see, that's what I'm gonna say. What I don't see is the change in pace. That is something that comes with the more games you play because you're playing in it, right? Like you adapt to it. I haven't seen that yet. I'm not talking about the decisions. I'm not talking about things I'm just talking about the pace of game. What I will give her credit on is she's seen, as much as I feel like she's a little slower than the comp, she seems to be able to keep people in front of her. Maybe that's because she's long. I'm not sure, but that was surprising to me at times where I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, all freshmen still have some learning to do in the defensive world, but at the end of the day, that's something that I'm like, okay. But offensively, her pace is not changing. And that's something that I'm like, But again, she's a freshman. And I do understand that sometimes it's like a light bulb. It just turns on. So I've seen it happen multiple times. So that's why I'm kind of like, okay, well, we'll see. Hopefully she gets it together.
Cubhawk1237 says these shows are so refreshing when the game's over. You don't want the good feeling to end. So those are the types of comments we love hearing. So appreciate that, Cubhawk. Big Grove Brewery is the official craft brewery of the Hawkeyes. They're proudly sponsoring our coverage here from the Hawkeye of the Storm, not just football, not just women's basketball, also men's basketball, Visit biggrove.com. Check out the various locations across the state of Iowa: Des Moines, Iowa City, Solon, Cedar Rapids, now Omaha. And we announced here yesterday I will be live at the Omaha location, the brand new Big Grove Brewery in Omaha, next Wednesday on the 26th. And we've got a special announcement coming tomorrow about a special guest at that location. We'll also have a women's basketball watch party there at the Omaha Big Grove, 6:30 p.m. Central Time. It'll be Iowa, Western Illinois, immediately following our live show. So that's, again, Wednesday, November 26th at the Omaha Big Grove on Catalyst Court in Omaha. Also sponsoring our show today, RTI Threads. Shop the apparel of some great Hawkeye football athletes like Aaron Graves, Jacob Gill, Zach Lutmer, and Carson Shire. Visit rtithreads.com. Use the /NIL. Click the link in our description and support the Hawkeyes that bring you joy to your televisions on Saturdays. Again, rtithreads.com /NIL for the official NIL apparel lines of Aaron Graves, Zach Lutmer, Jacob Gill, and Carson Shire. All right, we're recapping Iowa's 57-52 win over top 10 Baylor. Let's go to our call line. Thank you for calling Iowa postgame with Kachine Alexander. Who's on the line?
Hi there, this is Chris. I'm from Detroit. I'm going to bed right after I hang up this call. But first of all, I wanted to thank you two for doing what you do. You are always the two voices of reason I can count on for post-game analysis.
Thank you.
Because Twitter is too crazy, and Facebook comments on Facebook pages, those are even crazier sometimes.
Yes.
I was going to say, I was multitasking during the show, and I actually listened to Jan's post-game, I guess it was a radio interview. Okay. She was very vague about the chit-chat situation because they never directly asked her about what her status was. But she did say chit-chat's definitely going to miss Saturday's game. She also said this is going to present a major challenge for them because she said Miami runs like 6 different types of presses. So there could be a sleepless night preparing for that now. But I just wanted to let you know that's the status.
That's good stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for calling.
You're welcome.
Sir. Get some good rest. We appreciate you being a fan of the show as well.
All right, take care.
Bye-bye. Kachine, your thoughts on that? Just, I mean, we'll preview Miami at the tail end of this show, but given the fact that Miami apparently does press a lot, I haven't seen much of the Hurricanes this year.
They do.
So tell me just about the challenge that presents.
Well, considering we are not going to have our point guard Chit Chat, which is kind of even keel, our best ball handler, our assist person, everything. That presents a major problem. Even if, Taylor Shermo is able to handle majority with the press, they do a very good job of taking the ball out of your hands. And with that, now you're going to have to rely on Taylor McCabe. You're going to have to rely on Kylie Feuerbach. You're going to have to rely on every guard and post that you have. So I do think that creates a little bit of a uncertainty is the word I'd use.
Folks, our phone line is open, 515-635-1601, 515-635-1601. As we continue here, we've got about 1,000 people plus still watching, which is amazing to me. Again, past midnight on the East Coast. We're going to go to our next caller, who is on StreamYard. We've got Tony here.
Hey, what's up? Hey, well, I literally just got on break, so I'm glad I could get it. Now I've got a couple things. Cash, I don't know if Corey told you about this, but I'm doing a promotion. And this is the 3rd show I'm doing this promotion on. So this is the promotion. The first 3 people that claim Women's Basketball Discord, I am paying for 1 month if you commit to 2 months.
So we've already had one person take him up on the offer. Okay. Right? VMS took you up for Tony. So we got to add some Discord members tonight, right? Like,
yeah,
conversation's too good. Folks,
you can ask me any question you want in there, and I'll answer it. Just make sure you tag me, because I won't see it otherwise.
Well, and then to bring that up, our conversation about you asked people for a hot take. Can you give us a definition of a hot take? Because I don't think Corey's was a hot take.
It was a hot take. They were playing a top 10. I knew somebody's going to rip me for that. I knew
hot takes are things that probably won't happen but could happen.
Like Iowa winning by double digits was my hot take. That's a hot take. Now, the game's a 1.5.
It was wrong.
Somebody said Addy Deal. I don't know if they said scoring in double digits or something. I can't remember.
Addy Deal will go off for 50 against Miami. Is that a hot
take? That's
a hot take.
No, that's a stupid take.
Yeah, that's unrealistic. Like logical hot take now.
Yeah. Hey, if they would have made that, I was kind of watching because I'm dealing in the casino while this happened. They were at the free throw line. It was like 57-51, and they missed the second shot. If they would have made that and got a stop, and it was 58-51, my hot take could have came in.
What was? Oh, that's
do the fouls.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I was. They backed off there at the end, but there wasn't much time left. I mean,
there's nothing for them to do.
Yeah, true.
So I didn't watch the game as much as full disclosure, because I was at work. So I do have kind of an off-topic question for Kachine. With everything going on recruiting-wise nowadays, did you have reporters and stuff talking to you during your recruitment and before you said your commitment? Because people are, starting to leak this stuff, like the Bajorn stuff and all that stuff was kind of leaked before it happened and all that stuff. And
the leak stuff wasn't a thing for us. That was never a thing. You still talk to reporters, but it was after you committed.
Gotcha. So not during the whole process.
Yeah, like you might have had some situations where people would talk to you about your decision and that kind of thing, but it wasn't to the extreme that everybody needs like the scoop like it is now, which is really
Yeah, I was gonna say, and that's why I was asking. Is like that would have to be annoying because you're about to make one of your biggest decisions, and you've got all these people not only pulling you in different directions because, hey, go here versus here, but then it's like you got the reporters from each school saying, hey, what do you know? What do you know? And then they're, I'm sure, bugging your family members and your best friends and all that stuff. And recruiting nowadays would just be insane to me as a recruiter.
Recruiting is just a show now.
Yeah. It's not selling your program or anything like that.
Nah, it's a show.
Hey, Tony, what do you think of the men's game? I mean, this is supposed to be a dual post game. The men beat Chicago State tonight.
That's why nobody's talking about it.
I don't think nobody cares right now.
Chicago State.
I do. You know I do. You know I do.
Hey,
and they moved up. They did.
Of business. How about them men?
They covered the spread, which is all that matters in Metro. They covered the spread was like 31.5, and they won by 39.
93-54.
And I know the Iowa women covered the spread because that was 1.5 or 2.5.
It was 1.5.
And I'm not telling people to gamble, obviously, but for those interested in such things, if you do that.
Yeah.
Is that what?
I appreciate you being here because this is the first time during this entire show that we've even mentioned the men.
Well, nobody watched it because it was on Big Ten Plus.
I watched it.
Yeah.
All right. Never mind. I apologize.
She watches all. She was watching volleyball earlier. Did you watch Iowa Nebraska volleyball earlier tonight?
I did.
See, she watches everything, Tony. She's all over it.
I'm on crutches. What else am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
How long are you on crutches for? I'm sorry, I missed
it. I have another 3 weeks.
And what was it?
Torn my Achilles.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that's no volleyball either.
Nope, that's how I tore it.
Crazy. Now, was this a single game or is this an MT? I'm sorry.
No, they'll get Miami down in Orlando on Saturday.
And that was the next opponent, no matter what.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was penciled in that way. And so, what was the result of Miami's game tonight, Kachine?
I don't know. That's a great question.
They beat Davidson 66-58. Tony.
So we weren't going to play
Davidson.
Oh, I want to see that film.
Why Davidson?
Go ahead.
Is Davidson good?
No, it's not so much that. I'll be very curious because I don't know Davidson to be great at breaking press. So what exactly did they do?
Well, Miami won by 8. Davidson beat Florida Gulf Coast Davidson beat Florida Gulf Coast by 26 back in early November.
I'm interested.
I don't know what Raina Harmon's doing down there. I really haven't followed that program, but obviously it's a good women's basketball program.
So we were set to play Miami no matter what, and then Baylor was going to play Davidson no matter what.
I don't know.
No, I'm just asking. Like, that seems kind of odd.
Why you got to say it like that, Tony?
Well, I mean,
you just
I don't know. No disrespect to Davidson, but I mean, I'm sure.
You remember when the Iowa men played Davidson in the
you don't have to remind me.
AA tournament.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware. Well, anyways, it's good to get you in the Discord, Cash.
Happy to be there.
Now we got to get Gary Close and Don Patterson in there. That'll be the day. Right?
Yeah, that'll be the trifecta. Yeah. I wonder if Don was paying attention to me Discording during the whole men's game. Yeah, Cash. I went to the men's game on Tuesday, and Don Patterson was literally right next. I was on an aisle seat, and all that was splitting us was the railing, and Don was right next to me. It was crazy.
We've never had Kachine and Don on a show at the same time, so that would be quite. Yeah. Wouldn't that be a tandem, Tony?
Yeah. Well, I mean, because you've had Coach Close and Coach Patterson on.
Yeah. Well, those guys, they were friends at Iowa. They coached at Iowa at the same time.
So you need to line it up so all three of them can be on at the same time.
Kachine's trying to bring this next gen feel to this platform.
Unorthodox.
She makes she does. I will say that she does create a lower age average. When you combine our experts. So, all right, Tony. Anything else?
That's all I got. Yeah, just obviously the men take care, and the women took care of business too. And what is I know I saw that you said, did we hear anything update on Chit Chat or?
Well, we just called in.
Just that she ain't gonna be at the Miami game.
Yeah, I mean,
that's about it.
I keep hearing concussion. That's
I would put a lot of money on that bet.
So that's better than honestly, you don't want anything obviously.
No, yeah,
good, but I'm just saying for a long-term recovery, theoretically, it may not be long-term, and as the fact that they help her off the court, you're thinking, oh, this could be really bad, but it may not be. It may just be she got banged up, and hopefully, maybe she's not going to play Saturday, but hopefully she can get back. She doesn't even need to be back next week because they play Western Illinois, so their schedule's pretty light.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask is who's the game after Miami?
Yeah. Do you know the answer to that, Cash?
Yep. 2 seconds.
Fairfield. They get Fairfield and Western Illinois next week.
Fairfield is good.
Fairfield is good.
Fairfield. Let me tell you something. Fairfield has a fantastic coach.
Oh, you're right.
And Fairfield could potentially be a challenge.
Wow.
If he's going to show up.
Fairfield beat Villanova. Fairfield beat South Florida. And Fairfield only lost by 14 at UNC.
Can you repeat what you said to start this, Cash? What was that? So Corey understands.
Fairfield is good.
Okay, I just want to make.
Fairfield is good, man. That's tough. That's a week. That's back at Carver. That's tough.
Hey, Cash, since you are hobbled up and bored, if you want entertainment, watch the last 30 minutes of the last men's post-game show because I had a drunk in the lobby. I gave out my personal phone number, and there was cops and a guy behind me who was stumbling around the lobby.
Tony, I was going to share that out. I was going to actually put it on X, so maybe I'll do that tomorrow.
Okay.
Well, I'll have. Yeah, it's.
I cut your phone number out.
But I appreciate it. We didn't even realize I said it. The cop was there. He's like, "Hey, can I talk?" Like he saw I was on the phone. He's like, "Hey, did you see anything?" I was like, "Yeah." And I just out of nowhere just gave the phone number. Me and Corey didn't recognize it. Then 5 minutes later, I was like, I just literally gave my personal cell phone out on live StreamYard.
Crazy.
So hey, it was a good win. Are you gonna be here? What's the post game schedule like for Saturday? Because the men have a game too, and what time's the women's game?
Saturday.
We play Sunday.
What?
Right?
Sunday. Okay, I thought you said Saturday. I apologize.
No, wait. The women play Saturday.
Do we?
Yeah, and the football team plays Saturday.
Yeah, the men don't play Saturday.
Well, men's football team. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's crazy. I'll be at the football game in Kinnick.
Okay.
And we'll have. I'm not doing a post game, and then we've got women's basketball at 7. So it's going to be
women's play. Okay, women play at 7.
Yeah.
They play late.
Okay. And that's on ESPN2 still again or not?
No, no, that's on the Plus.
Ooh.
That's on the ESPN Plus, folks.
Oof.
That's rough, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
Is Miami ranked or not?
No,
No, they're not.
they're undefeated though.
What are their wins?
they would be ranked if it wasn't for. Well, I mean, if they win Saturday, they'll be ranked.
They ain't really played nobody. Hofstra, Bethune, FAU, and Davidson.
Well, now
All
hold
right.
on a second. Bethune pretty darn good, man. Just kidding. Just, I was trying to be smart like Kachine.
I love my HBCU though, but
Yeah, they are HBCU. So BCU. Anyways,
All right, here you go. I'm gonna teach Corey this. Here's my hot take. We win by 25 plus on Saturday. See, this is how you do a hot take. This is how you do a hot take, Corey.
what do I
just
care about
wanna-
your hot takes? You're wrong.
nice seeing you.
Hey, thanks. You guys have a good one. You too.
Yeah.
All right. Good stuff. Okay. We'll go to our next caller. Thank you for calling Iowa Postgame with Kachine Alexander. Who's on the line?
Yeah, how you doing, Corey? This is Waylon.
Hey, Waylon.
Pretty good. I'm calling from Maine, but I grew up in northern Illinois and eastern Iowa. With this win tonight, and I think with Indiana's win over Florida State, I think the two teams in the Big Ten that people have been sleeping on is going to be the Indiana Hoosiers and the Iowa Hawkeyes. Now, one question I do have for Kachine in this is that it was great to have Lucy Olsen last year, and hopefully Stremlow does come across at the one. But maybe because so many players went out because of the extension year with the COVID, that maybe they should have went with a player they could have had for 2 seasons. So maybe getting Shea Chesky from Penn State for 2 years would have been a smarter choice than to go with Lucy Olsen for the 1 year, even though Lucy's great.
Interesting take.
I could agree with that statement. I'm usually never a huge fan of like a 1-year player, personally, but
It's
I
gonna
mean,
ruffle,
Iowa had to get what they could get, I guess.
it's gonna ruffle some feathers though, because there's a lot of people that love Lucy Olsen for her 1 year.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
Lucy
not against that.
is great. But Shea Chesky is a true 1. And so if we had Shea at the 1, and then you have Taylor McCabe at the 2, you know, I think because now we got definitely with the bigs with Ava Hayden. I just think that it would have probably been better to have gone with a player. So we at least would have had one more experienced player because I believe Shea Chesky is in her 4th season.
So I don't know. Shea Chesky, she was available from Penn. Where's she at now?
She's at Indiana. She was at Penn State for 2 seasons, and then she transferred to Indiana. And she's been there. This is her 4th season, but this is her 2nd year at Indiana. So if she was wanting to transfer from Penn State last season, you know, depending on, you know, if she would have wanted to come to Iowa or not, who knows. But she could have went to say came to Iowa last season, and it would have been last season and this season. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just don't.
That would have been 2 seasons.
Would Iowa have been able to get her over Indiana? I mean,
I think so. I mean, because
Put money on it, but I mean, at the end of the day, you got to think about it. Iowa had the opportunity, probably hindsight, right? But Iowa had the opportunity to get the 3rd leading scorer in the country at that point. So I think for them, they were like, heck, we'll take that in that sense because you were replacing the number 1 scorer in the country. So I think for them, that's probably why. But I've always more been a fan of a player that could give you multiple years, but I do understand why they did take Lucy in that aspect. But Lucy did what she was supposed to do for her 1 year, so I will take it.
Yeah, do you think that, say, like Iowa and Indiana are probably going to – because I think right now Michigan is way overrated in the Big Ten. I know we're still in November, but, you know, it just –
I haven't watched them yet, honestly speaking, but I will.
All right, excellent. Well, you two have a good night. Thanks for taking my
thank you,
call.
sir. Appreciate you calling in from Maine. Good stuff. Yeah.
Maine's fun.
Don't know that he's called before, so that's great.
I love new callers.
Yeah, it is great. Especially if, I love hearing from folks who are no longer here, but they still get connected to Iowa through the grapevine and from their connections. Doug, thank you for being here. Appreciate you being a premium member. And I'm sorry, folks. I just can't get to all the comments. We're trying to wind this thing down. It's 12:30 Eastern, or as somebody said in the chat, 12:30 cash time. So we're trying to wind this thing down. Again, the phone line is open for now. We've just got a few more comments I want to get to. But if I miss your comment in the chat, I promise it's not that I picked your comment to not display on the screen. It's just we got too many comments, and we got to prioritize the super chats. But somebody the last show was wondering about Annie, and here she is from Brooklyn.
My girl.
Nice win for the Hawkeyes. So she is here. She's good, apparently. That's great. Appreciate you being here. And let's see, super chat, I believe, from William, who was in and out of the queue on StreamYard. So Williams, I don't know if he's having some technical issues, but he added the super chat. He says, I think it was a great game. Okay, we read this already. Why does this keep popping back up? All right. Thank you, William. Do appreciate the super chat. Clutch Hoopers. This is the new one. Can the W pull something out of Hannah that Jan can't? That's a good question. What do you think about that, Kachine?
When you become a professional basketball player, it is solely up to you. And I say that because you are not, your time is not split with tutoring and classes and all this other random stuff that you have to do as a college student athlete. You can hire trainers. You can do whatever you want to do. So really, it's solely up to you on what you or how you want to grow in that aspect. I've seen a lot of people change their game in that aspect when they move to that level, whether it's even if it's overseas, right? Like players are much better. Why? Because they actually have the time to actually develop and not have to worry about everything else. You can eat, sleep, play basketball.
Todd Millage says Iowa could have easily lost. Well, yes.
Absolutely.
Did not.
But we didn't.
They did not. Show and Go says Baylor's overrated. Easy to say that. When they lose, I get it.
I don't think they're number 7 in the country, but that's nor here nor there. Doesn't matter. That's what it was.
Yeah, Laura says Baylor's not a top 10 team. Well,
they only have one player, so
preseason rankings are what preseason rankings are. They're ridiculous.
There it is. They beat Duke, and Duke is like 3-3 right now. So at this point, that doesn't even look like a great win now.
True. But they did beat Duke. They did.
See?
And Duke has played a pretty tough schedule, have they not?
No, well, they should not be 3-3.
Who are they?
They should not be 3-3.
Okay, so Duke's they beat UNLV too, right? Duke lost to
South Florida,
Baylor, West Virginia, and South Florida. And West Virginia's top 20.
First of all, they should never have lost to West Virginia, and they had 5 players the entire second half. That is abysmal.
West Virginia did?
Yeah, there was a whole brawl in the first half or whatever, and they literally had to play the whole second half of 5 available players. And you lost. No.
Hey, Baylor lost without Iowa's only real true point.
I don't care. 5 players, I would have ran them to death. You hear me? I don't understand how you lose that. Anyways, it's irrelevant. Keep going.
William, thank you for gifting another membership, and that might have been claimed. I don't know if it was, but From the Logo 44 is our newest member on YouTube. So thank you for being a member here on YouTube. We do appreciate that.
Cool.
And Josh reminding everybody, hit that thumbs up button. Boy, that does help. And in correspondence with this comment, if you love the Iowa women's basketball team, hit the like button. That's something we should promote a little bit more. If you love the Iowa,
it takes like 1 second, guys.
Yes, hit the like button, because we still, it's amazing. We've had, I don't know how many hundreds of people watching this show. I guess thousands probably at this point. But if we had everybody hit the like button, we get a ton of likes, and it would really help. So thank you in advance for that. I'm just skimming through here, making sure I'm not missing anything. That was a super chat. And I guess last call on the phone line before we wind this thing down. Our RTI Threads player of the game, Taylor Stremlow, 12 big points, 4 of 6 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3, 4 assists, no turnovers, and so many big plays after Chit Chat Right went down. Iowa winning this game in spite of a really ugly first half of basketball that featured turnovers, out of control play by Emily Rodriguez, questionable officiating in the second quarter, and Baylor totaling 9 blocks in the first half. But Taylor Stremlow was a big part of Iowa's efforts. And Big Grove's big play of the day, Taylor McCabe's steal off the inbounds pass, a made layup to make it 56-51 with a $1:38 left in the fourth quarter. And the Hawkeyes never looked back and end up winning this thing 57-52, the final score. A reminder, folks, that if you have not heard, we will be live. I will be live at Big Grove Brewery over in Omaha, the brand new location, which is recently opened up. Check it out. Visit on Wednesday, the 26th day of November. We'll have a live show at 5 Central Time, and then a watch party for Iowa women's hoops. That's a game that's on Big Ten Plus. So get over there to Big Grove Brewery for a Big Ten showdown. Iowa and Western Illinois, 5 o'clock Central Time for our live show watch party at 6:30 Central Time. The men do play later in the evening from Palm Desert, California. So we've got plenty to talk about on that day. And of course, that's also the Black Friday week showdown versus the Nebraska Cornhuskers on the football field. So going to be a fun one. Myself and a special guest coming up, and we'll also be able to have an opportunity to thank our great sponsors, Big Grove Brewery and RTI Threads, who will be there on location, giving out gear, selling gear. It'll be a great time with myself, Big Grove Brewery, and RTI Threads at Big Grove Brewery in Omaha. All right, honestly, Kachine, normally I'm like, I really feel like I need to get through all these comments and figure out a way, but too many to go through, and it's late. You want to get to sleep. Frankly, I think my voice is giving out. I don't know if you can tell, but I do get to a certain point where my voice. We had company over today, and I just find myself talking too much, and here I am. So, again, thank you, everybody, for being here. Your Hawkeyes defeating the Baylor Bears 57-52. Iowa will be back on the court on Saturday, 7 p.m. Central Time, ESPN Plus, for the Hawkeyes and the Miami Hurricanes. So join us then. We'll be talking about hopefully another big win for the Hawkeyes. In the meantime, support our great sponsors. You see, I got the Zach Lutmer RTI shirt on tonight. Kashine's got a Snuggie/hoodie. I don't know
this
what.
This is actually a Snuggie that one of the fans sent me.
It is. Is that yeah? How about that? Why is that just now being plugged this late in the show?
We were all excited about Baylor. It was a great game. A lot was going on, etc. But yeah, this was sent by one of the fans.
Good deal. VMS says, send me the link, please. I need to know what you're talking about. Are you talking about
Discord? Discord. I think you're talking about Discord.
Is that what he's talking about?
Yeah, because he was talking about it earlier. But I do want to leave everybody with one thing, okay? Because we have a tendency, okay, to do this as Iowa Hawkeye fans. Before this game, everybody would have been like, oh my God, if we win, this is going to be great. This is X, Y, and Z. We won the game. I don't care if Baylor doesn't look like a 7th-ranked team. I don't care. That doesn't matter. A win is a win. At the end of the day, Baylor is going to pick up some major wins throughout the season. That's going to help us for NCAA tournament, seeding, strength of everything at the end of the day. This was a huge win for us on a neutral court at that. So at the end of the day, we just need to be happy that we did that, especially without chit chat. We would have never, if somebody would say we lost chit chat in what was that, quarter 2? What was that? I don't remember when she went down.
First half.
Doesn't matter. And we still won and beat Baylor. Nobody would believe that. So at the end of the day, man, our girls were fighting. Okay. And I think that is a confidence booster for them, that they are going to feel like they can do it. And that is, as a coach, that's all you want, is for them to have belief in themselves. So great win.
Huge win. Absolutely huge win in their first real test. And they had to grind it out with not being at full strength and a player on the other side that scored 30 plus. And Iowa first half, man, I'm looking at the stats, right? Official box score from Iowa. By the way, Iowa for the game shot just 34% and 63% from the free throw line. 36% from three. And they found a way to win. And oh, by the way, Iowa did out-rebound Baylor. It didn't feel like they did, right?
They did. Well, they didn't score for like 9 minutes. So yeah, I guess they did.
Wow. Yeah, Baylor.
And we were actually offensive rebounding though. So we did really well on the offensive end too.
Baylor shot 29% from the field, 25% from three, 59% from the foul line. Say what you want about Baylor. Give Iowa's defense credit.
Absolutely.
Especially with Callie Feuerbach, quote unquote, Iowa's best defender.
Gone 7 minutes.
Out with 7 minutes to go, and Iowa just dug deep.
Yep.
And and found a way to win this game. Micah, what's the Discord? Folks, the Discord is our conversation, our off-air conversation. If you want to be a part of the conversation, basically like a big chat, a message board, you can join the Discord. Click on one of our donation links in the description of this video or any of our videos. And it's $5 a month or $50 for a year. Just label your donation Discord and be a part of the conversation. I'll throw the banner up here. Again, $5 a month or $50 for a year, and you'll get a unique invitation. VMS, shoot me your email again. We'll try to, if it didn't go through, I want to get it back to you. Either that or we don't have your email. So I'll look into that, but I know we received that this morning. So VMS will get that to you as well. But if you're interested in the Discord, there are your instructions. All right, Cash, appreciate you staying up late. This was a good night, and we'll hope for a big win on Saturday against another very difficult matchup in Miami.
Yeah, 1000%.
All right, folks, for Kachine Alexander, I'm Corey Brada from the Hawkeye of the Storm. Thanks for being here, staying up late. Have a great night.
Great to be a Hawkeye.